What's happening, YouTube? I'm back. Oh man, I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've just been living life, staying in the moment, trying to enjoy things to the fullest. And I figured I'd come back on here once I had something more meaningful to give to you guys, and a subject that's been really near and dear to my heart has been the subject of dating and dealing with women, period, as a man. It's a very deep subject that can just go on forever. And since the beginning of time, it's been a tricky thing, even despite these modern times, it's seemed to be more tricky now. So I figured, man, I really want to get this channel and focus more on that because I know a lot of men out here are struggling with it. Man, you guys are not the only ones struggling. I've been struggling a bit here and there. And that's not to say, I get my fair share of women, but man, they're still tricky for all of us. Rich guys, poor guys, famous guys, losers. Everybody's struggling out here, man. These women are different, man. So I feel like the best way to combat these women being so difficult for us is having a tremendous amount of game, right? And you may be asking, what is game, right? Not talking about video games or sports or nothing. I'm just talking about dealing with women in a way where you can get what you want from them without them really knowing. You know, my definition of game is kind of using knowledge to get something out of someone. You know, that's a rough definition, but it's not a real term. It's kind of a pseudo term, right? But if you don't know what game is, the best people to study about game is really women. Women are actually the real inventors of game, if you want to be technical. They're the physically weaker creature. So in order for them to get what they want out of life and out of men, they have to be manipulative in a way, and they got to be kind of creative and crafty. Whereas men, since the beginning of time, of being the stronger animal, we've just dominated things. We conquer land and take over things with brute force and strength. Whereas women have to be more subtle and they have to really think, right? So I was always wondering, like, how does a man develop a strong amount of game? And I felt the best people to study as far as getting game is pimps, right? They have the best game on earth, pimps, man. For a man to take a woman, have her sell her body to other men, and take those proceeds and bring them back to him, and he gets 100% of the earnings, that takes a lot of thinking. That takes a lot of game, man. So with that said, I've studied a lot of pimps, man. I've talked to a lot of pimps. My OGs, man, shout out to Rosebud, Bitter Dose, Hollywood Shantae Parker, Marquette Devon Burton, the Saint in the Center. He's on YouTube, man. Shout out to my big homie. But yeah, man, I think these are very important people to study, and you can get a lot of game from them. Let's just say that. So something I've learned from pimps, man, with having game, one of the main takeaways is men, we should always be proactive and not reactive. All right, I'm gonna let that sink in for a second, because I know a lot of you out here are very reactive when dealing with women. You should not be reactive. You should be leading the way, right? In order to lead, you have to be proactive. The follower is reactive to whatever the leader does. You dig? So, what I see out here, man, a lot of men just kind of go with the flow, which is really a feminine trait, going with the flow, not really having any plans, not preparing in any way. But I gotta tell you, man, if you're a man out here that's not planning things out when dealing with women, I promise you, women will lead you astray. In case you haven't seen it already firsthand, I'm sure you might have. If you're thinking about situations dealing with women, I'm sure you've been led astray. But if you're able to plan ahead, man, you know you're in the dominant position, which is where men belong. We should be dominating, we should be leading, and not letting women lead us to nowhere, because they often will, and they'll waste your time. And they'll often, I don't know if you've noticed, but they'll even talk to you. You'll have a conversation with them. You have no plan in your conversation. You have no direction of where you want the conversation to go. And I'm sure you'll see that many times they'll lead you nowhere. They just will talk for no reason. They love it. It's something that they get high off of it. So I think that's one of the main things with game is being proactive and not reactive. And the way to counteract that, man, is to start planning things out in general, planning your life out, writing things down, having some more preparation about yourself, because man, this world will lead you astray. Not just women, but the world, period. You know, game is not only about women, but they're a great example of the world. You know, dealing with women is like dealing with the world, you know. So man, I just wanted to break that down real quick. And I don't want to make this video too long, just kind of an introduction of where I want this channel to head. And I want to provide a tremendous amount of game to you guys. I know I talk a lot about semen retention on this channel, and I do still practice that. I think it's very beneficial for men, especially today in this very sexually driven society that we're in. And it's a great tool to have some kind of some discipline about yourself, and to retain a lot of energy and focus. So make sure y'all still retain in that regard, man. But like I said, man, I want to get back on this channel and provide more value to you guys, because I know, man, dating in today's world especially is damn near war. You know, I've noticed, man, women are just, man, it's really hard to get a real one, a real good woman that's gonna behave like a woman is supposed to. But we can't blame women all the way for this. A lot of men are suckers, are simps, are weak. And I mean, women are gonna abuse that. What can you do? You know, it's like if you're a parent dealing with your child and your child sees a weakness in you, they're going to run with it. They're going to abuse it. They're going to realize you're weak and I'm going to run over you unless you put a foot down, not physically, metaphorically speaking. You got to put a foot down and say, hey, listen, I'm leading this shit. This is my ship. I'm the captain, and you follow me where we're going. If you have a problem with that, the exit is over there. Okay. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say that I am looking forward to coming back and bringing more videos to you guys. And we got to change this society, man, because I'm sure you can look out the window, look on social media, and just see the chaos that's going on. Things are leading to ruin if we continue letting things go where they are. So I want to help make you guys leaders and show you guys how to really take this thing back. You dig? But that's it, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all next time. Peace.